So guess who just became the proud owner of a new Corvette? This guy. The only issue with that Corvette is it's currently totaled 1,383 miles that way. So guys, aloha and ikomo mai to this little piece of paradise I call the Lonestar Hawaiian garage, in which we'll be adding one more bow tie to the Chevy fleet. Now I'm currently in a Polo because I'm heading to work. Hawaii finest coming in clutch, but we got a big day planned ahead of us. Got a full day of work. We're hopping on a plane, flying to Southern California, in which we're gonna show you guys what the heck I just bought. And then I have 2 days to get it fixed, back on the road, and drive it back to Texas, because I have work on Monday. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? And because this is YouTube, here's a 15-second travel montage to California. Let's go.
Yeah, that's 12 midnight.
We made it, finally. Delay after delay, 2 a.m. California time. So it's 4 a.m. Texas time. We have a ton to get done. Not just today, but in the next 48 hours because we're hitting the road in effectively about 50 hours from now. I don't know what I'm thinking. Now, it's always been a goal of mine to own a Corvette. Now, would I've imagined that I'll be owning one in this circumstance? Heck, no, but here we are. The whole story with this car just sucks. There's no other way to put it than just sucks. On the other side of this wall is a car that's been meticulously maintained for over 13 years by this gentleman, which was unfortunately 3 months ago taken out by a careless driver. And about 2 months ago, insurance decided to total it out. When we heard that, he was very upset. I wasn't too happy about it, so I told him, get it back here. I'm buying it off you, and I'm gonna put it back on the road. Fortunately, he was already eyeing the new C8 Corvettes and wanted to get to that next step in upgrades, and I'm taking the Olin off his hands and getting it back on the road. The whole goal with this is to save a Corvette from the salvage yard, which it was sitting for the last 3 months at a Copart lot. Very sketchy situation. But somehow, some way, we figured it out. We got the car back yesterday, just in time for me to start working on it today.
I need all the wins, yeah. Ain't no L's, I gotta get it, no call it quits, yeah. Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets, yeah. Better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out, knocked out. My heart on my sleeve, stress, seal my greed.
Well, here it is, boys. The newest addition to the Lonestar Hawaiian fleet. The last time they ever made the C5 Corvette in 2004. Corvette C5 hatchback, 2-door coupe with the Targa top. This is not a fixed roof coupe. This is not a Z06. This is the good old well-known. My father-in-law purchased this about 12 to 13 years ago from an older gentleman and has meticulously maintained this thing for over a decade. And 3 months at a Copart lot has nearly destroyed this entire car. Now, one of the very frustrating things about the last few months is the insurance and Copart would not release any photos. It would not release any documentation in terms of the repair. They just wanted to total it out and move on. Fortunately, we were able to obtain one piece of documentation which listed out a few parts that was recommending would need to be replaced on this thing. I used that list and determined my best bet was to buy an entire rear suspension for this car, amongst other miscellaneous things, to be sure that I had everything I need. Absolutely buckled the wheel and then broke some suspension components, which we still don't know what actually broke yet because we haven't got it in the air. I'm praying that diff is still good because that's the one thing. Yeah, I don't have that. All right, moment of truth. Let's see what broke. Yeah, so your leaf spring looks pretty... No, it doesn't. So this sheared off of your spindle. That's the only thing that broke. Even your e-brake cable and everything's still fine. Even the bracket on it's still on there. Or your tie rod bolts up to your spindle. Okay. That just sheared. Your lower control arm, which your insurance said you needed. Your upper control arm, which your insurance said you needed. Your shock, which your insurance said you needed. Your axle, which your insurance said you needed. Oh, looks good. You wanna pull the tire off?
Absolutely.
Yeah, don't scratch the wheel. So there's no way this is happening right now because this is the only thing that sheared off. And my problem was I trusted the insurance company to tell the truth. And that's surprising because typically they want to save money, not spend more money. And they said, per their estimate, upper control arm was busted, lower control arm was busted, shock needed replacing, axle needed replacing, and that full relief spring needed replacing on top of the spindle. And what I did was order an entire rear set to make sure we had everything available, just in case we didn't need all those things. And it turns out so far, the tie rod end, where it connects to the spindle, completely sheared off. So tie rod end definitely need, spindle definitely need, but everything else looks solid. Upper, lower ball joints, all good, axle's good, shock's good. And I trust your shocks a lot more than the shocks that are in the driveway. And this is the fun part. Hey, you.
Oh my gosh.
Isn't it the best? You guys are coming with me because we spent a ton of money. I'm just kidding. This wasn't that expensive at all. I actually bought this entire rear subframe off a C5 Corvette. This is off a 2002 that had 60,000 miles on it. I actually verified the VIN and found photos of the car. It was actually destroyed from the front end, so the back end was completely perfect. 60,000 miles, $400 for all of this. On top of that, the $250 freight shipping. And given what we're finding is we're gonna need like 2 pieces off of this entire thing to save a lot of money. Actually, no. If I bought the pieces individually, they would have cost $400 anyways. Because that new one is in good condition, and I don't want to mess with upper ball joints, lower ball joints, what we're actually going to do is just replace this entire circus. So upper controller's coming out, lower controller's coming out. We're going to take 1 bolt off of this leaf spring, and then this entire whole assembly will come out. The new-ish one will go in. That's the plan. Knock it off a bit, off it. That's a good feeling. Okay, where's the hard one? Oh, that one. Holy crap, guys. This axle will not come loose. Tried fire, tried a 10-ton press, got a little nervous. Now we're back to thinking, We have 3 jacks, 3 stands, axle hanging out, a bottle jack. I'm like, hey, it's easy to spin. Whew, she's out, she's empty. There is that spline with the diff. Everything looks really nice there, and I actually bought a new seal for that diff, and I'm not gonna install it. A lot of times when you fix something that's not broken, you end up making it worse. Looks good to me. We're gonna clean that up real nice before we put the new axle in. And the whole reason this is all in one piece, because we cannot get the axle spline out of here. And since this is out and we actually don't technically need it, we might take a BFH and persuade it a little bit just to see what's binding it on the inside. All right, so this shock is technically 2 years older than the one that's coming off the car, so we're gonna pull that shock off and stick it on this assembly. Trying to think what else. So game plan tomorrow, early morning, tires on wheels, schedule the alignment, and what was the other thing? Battery. That's right. I'm gonna pull off the other side to take a look at the tie rod end, and if it's worn, I'm gonna go ahead and pull it off. Thanks for the help, Kent. We got a ton done in one day. Woo! 10 p.m. boys. Beautiful sunny Southern California without the sun. Yeah, it's late, but I am so energized. I'm so pumped because we're making progress on this thing. We figured out what was wrong with it, and also figured out that appraisers or inspectors or whatever they call themselves are completely freaking useless, because the only thing that broke on the suspension was the spindle. Where the tie rod connects to the spindle was the only location that had any significant damage, which in turn caused a lot of this rubbing and scraping. The estimate they provided to repair the car to get it back on the road was over $15,000, and in turn totaling this C5 Corvette. That $15,000 estimate included this lower leaf spring, this entire lower rack, the upper control arm, the lower control arm, the tie rod end, the tie rod, the sway bar. Now Kent is calling it quits for today. He did stay up all night last night driving us home from the airport, so he's exhausted. I have a few more hours of energy left in me, so we're gonna go ahead and tackle a little bit more on this thing. I'm gonna pull off the driver's side here because I noticed the tie rod end is, the boot anyways, is pretty worn. And since the suspension we bought right out there, the tie rod ends are in like phenomenal shape, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this one off, replace it with the OEM one that's in great condition, and slap this side back together. It's been a good day. It's gonna be even better evening. So we have the tie rod coming off of the car, and this is the reason it's currently off of it. Right there. And if you look at the piece that we did buy, this boot is mighty healthy. Now the question is, how far out of alignment are we gonna be after this is over? It's always easier a second time, right? Gee. Well, I'm exhausted, but we got a new tie rod, the entire thing. Which means the driver's side is done. Bright and early in the morning, what we're actually gonna do is deal with those two. We need to get that tire off of that broken bent wheel and mounted on the new wheel I got off eBay a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna button up a few different things tonight and then I'm going to bed. I'm exhausted. It is 1 a.m. See you in the morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Man, I love me some good news in the morning. We ran out of SoCal Auto Styling. Kent's really good buddies with the guy that owns that here in Temecula, and the tire is just fine. So what that means for us is I needed to take all these fun torque specs that I found online, crawl back under there, have me some fun. All right guys, we got a quick intermission. Another cool neighbor got himself a nice old Chevy pickup. We're loading it on a trailer. Quick intermission. We got the battery back on the charger just to double check that it is in fact holding a charge, and I'm happy to report it did. Battery's still fully charged. So the whole assembly is back in the car. Lower, upper control arms are in. Shocks mounted, sway bar is somewhat in, and then now I'm gonna spend a few minutes with this alignment pin. I went ahead and marked it with a Sharpie before we pulled it off, so now I'm gonna go back and try to line up, as you can see there, that black mark with that black mark on the alignment pin, and the same thing on the front side. Oh, you came back with more than we went with. Oh, there she is. We just won't tell Mom. There's a couple extra wheels in there. Car's back together, boys. Time to figure out how to get it on the ground now. Start her up and drive off. Battery. That's good news, moving under its own power. Let's go. That tire's a bit, I think it's a bit misaligned, but I think we can make it there. This Alice one sounds good. Holy moly, she's towed in. Very, very bad in the rear. We're gonna see really quick if she can even drive straight at all. Guys, how's it look? How bad is it?
Holy shnikes, it worked.
Holy crap, boys, we pulled it off somehow, some way. We jumped in the pool for a celebration, but now it's gonna be the real teller if we can get down to the alignment shop about half an hour that way. Woohoo! Boys, the car's driving! This thing was totaled 48 hours ago. That could not have gone better. I've ordered the entire rear end, and good thing we had it because we used it quite a bit more than I thought we were going to. Frick yeah! Good day. Good day, boys. Good day. All right, somehow, some way, we made it. That wasn't the best. Secure over bumps. Every bump you hit, the back end twitched. She drives straight when the road's smooth. When you hit a bump, the back end goes whoop, whoop. All right, let's get this thing aligned. It's like, it's time to go pick up a vet. Let's do this thing. All right, you ready? Shoots.
Shoot!
Look a little more straight. These guys are awesome. She's back, boys. She's back, she's straight, she runs good. I ran her pretty hard all the way home. And this thing is solid. Obviously, exterior, we got some love. That'll eventually find these fenders. I'm thinking some wide body carbon fiber. So I think what I'm gonna do for the next few hours is deconstruct this, see what we're taking, what we're not, what we're gonna toss in the dumpster. I'm gonna bring as much of this back as I can. Maybe bolt it up underneath the 55 in my dad's backyard. Independent rear suspension on a 55 Chevy. Anybody? Obviously, here needs some attention before we make a 1,300-mile road trip. We have a new marker light as well we need to pop in. I personally cannot wait to spend a good amount of time behind that steering wheel, all the way from California, all the way back to Texas. Never thought in my life I'd be driving a Corvette that was once somewhat totaled, but no longer totaled. We were able to put back together in 2 days and drive it at 1,300 miles and hoping we make it there. We have a ton of work still to do before we get this thing home, which you'll see in the next upload, but that is going to do it for today. I want to thank you guys for hanging out to this point in the video. Thank you for the continued support on the channel that allows me to do things like this, which would not be possible otherwise. Can't see you guys, how's it look? How bad is it? I'll review the footage later.